They accidentally added the new map Rook into the game files. It looks very cartoonish. Yeah, why has it got so many dead-end rooms that don't connect to each other? Are there actually doors here, but you just can't tell or something? Teleporters? Could be. Let's have a look at this new map again. Does it actually line up with the mini-map?
Each site is layered and complex, so that
each site is layered and complex. I mean, this... Ignore the JT post. He's trolling. That's Amogus. Dude, I don't know Amogus maps. You are so dumb. Dude, I don't know. It's Skeld. I don't know what Skeld is. I haven't played Among Us. That's really good. That's a great troll. Do you want me to show you the original concept? Here, I can draw up the concept art for when Riot made me. They were like, okay, we need somebody who looks a bit like... He's got to have legs. Okay. And then we'll get somebody that's kind of shaped like an egg. And then eyes, obviously, we need those. Some hands. And then he needs some, like, detail on his face. So we'll give him a mouth, and then we'll give him, like, a mustache. Here. This was the concept art. They went crazy with this concept art. And then they were like, yep, that sounds about right. Your concept art was Mr. Potato Head with chicken legs? Yeah. Don't forget the dent. Oh, well, you didn't see him from the side. From the side, he's shaped like that. But this is the side profile view. Obviously, this is the mustache going on here. And then this is one of his legs. And this is one of his arms. So, like, this is the side profile. And then there's a little guy on a skateboard, yeah, in there. Woo! How well endowed is this character? Like, pretty... He's got it going on.
Anyways, I think...
Do you feel underrepresented that there are no bald agents? Every agent is bald. Some of them just have hair. That's what you don't fucking understand, you non-follically challenged pricks in the chat. You're all bald. Some of you are just not bald as long as I am. But you're all bald underneath it. You're all bald eventually. Well, not all of you, but a lot of you are going to be bald eventually. The majority of people in my chat are young men who are going to go bald. And I'm going to be there fucking giggling and kicking my feet when it happens. You're going to be dead before I go bald. That sounds like a death threat. That sounds like I should be getting the fucking FBI involved. Guy wakes up, looks in the mirror one day and realizes he has the slightest receding hairline. I gotta kill Sideshow. Fuck. I gotta kill that bald motherfucker. Aren't you like 60? Do you think I'm do you really think I'm 60? You think I'm 60 and this is what I spend my time doing? I hope I have more interesting things to do when I'm 60. You look closer to 60 than your actual age? Fuck off, I do. That's not true. Are you going to keep this look for the rest of your life, or do you think you'll change it up? I want to be very honest with you here, Taylor, that I am not planning what I look like for the rest of the years that I have on this mortal plane. I have not spent even one moment thinking about whether or not I will keep my same bald mustache look when I'm 80. It's just, why would I? I'll just deal with it. Like, that's something I can change at any point. You can't exactly change your haircut. I disagree. You ever seen Bill Bailey? Now there's a guy who's living his life struggling against balding. I mean, look, I could pull off this kind of haircut. I'm not saying it would be good, but like I could do this. Is it a good look? I don't think so, but it's a look. It's a brand. It's his brand. Wait, he's chopped off his hair? Oh my God. He chopped off his hair. That's a disaster. The brand is just, I mean, he looks better, I fear. Yeah, but that's not the point. You're missing the point. The point is he had something unique. And now he's just another balding man with white hair from Britain. The brand is now available for you to take over. Oh my God. Oh God. Wait, I had an amazing interaction this morning. I was going down for breakfast in the hotel elevator, and I'm in there, and I've got my headphones on. No, I didn't have my headphones on at the time, actually. So I'm just stood there in the elevator, and a man walks in with a young girl
who's probably, I would guess, 4 years old, I think. And her brother, who's probably like 7 or 8, something like that. And the little girl looks at me and then looks at her dad and kind of leans into her dad and goes, "That man looks like a storybook character." And I was just stood there kind of zoning out in the middle of the elevator. And I like look over and I'm like, oh fuck, she's talking about me. And then I thought about it and I'm like, yeah, I do look a bit weird, don't I? Like, I'm bald and with a big mustache. Like, that is strange to a child. You don't see many people that look like that. And so the kid was like British. So I I was like, I don't know why exactly I continued the conversation as if I wasn't just listening. Okay, so in this scenario, I thought that's got to be a little bit awkward for the parent, right? Because they might think that the child's insulted me or something. So I responded to the 4-year-old child as if we were having a conversation in order to not make it as awkward for the parent, okay? But what actually happened, that was what was going on inside my head. But what actually happened was, 4-year-old child says, "That man looks like a storybook character." And I turned to her and went, "Which one?" And then I realized that that was an insane comment to make to a 4-year-old and she was never going to respond to me. And so I then kind of chuckled a little bit to show that I wasn't being threatening and then said, "Captain Hook?" Because I thought kids, they like 1800 stories, like Peter Pan, right? And she just goes silent and her dad looks at me and goes, "I mean, you look a bit like Jim Carrey from the new Sonic movie." I was like, yeah, yes, I guess I am giving more Dr. Eggman than Dustin Hoffman in the movie Hook.
Where is the weirdest place you recognize?
The Science Museum in London. Somebody recognized me from TF2. But no, in like 2018, they recognized me from TF2, and they came up to me in a museum, and they were like, "Hello, are you Sideshow?" And I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? What's your name?" And they said, "Oh, that doesn't matter."
Scary too. Like I said, the way that Ye
And
was
that's it.
It was just the weirdest interaction.
Takes that little off
Like,
step.
I've never had an interaction with somebody where I asked them their name and they said it doesn't matter.
They're gonna have to cook up something devious here.
I didn't know, like, what other question? What question can you ask that does matter if their name doesn't matter? Like, what are you doing here? Do you live in London? Like, none of it matters then, I guess. None of it fucking matters. We're all just on a one-way trip to the morgue. So let's stop talking. It's a fucking crazy conversation with a fan.
Now, did you say any of that to them? Or did you just walk away?
No, I just had a really awkward conversation and then kind of like smiled at them until they walked away. Oh, I met a Japanese fan recognized me in a public toilet in Japan while I was pissing.
No.
Yeah, I was having a piss and a Japanese fan was like, "Sideshow?" And I was like, yeah, I was like fucking stun locked. I was literally still pissing and I turned around and I was like, "Yo, what's up? Hi, how's it going?" And then I invited them to come and have a drink with us. And he was fucking chill. I did meet somebody. I met somebody today, actually. I don't know if they're going to be in the chat, but I met somebody. I was on my way to the gym earlier today, walking in the sunshine, kind of in my own world with my headphones on, and a guy taps me on the shoulder and he's like, "Are you Sideshow?" And I was like, "Okay, that's weird. That doesn't happen very often in York. Don't think there's many Valorant fans in York." He's like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to the next episode of Plaid Chat. I'm doing a." This is where it gets even weirder. He said, "I'm doing a scavenger hunt for a friend's barbecue, and I have to take a photo with a bald person. So I just saw you and I was like, oh, there's a bald guy." And then he was like, "Oh, wait, I know that bald guy from the internet." So he wanted to take a photo of me in order to win his scavenger hunt.
Okay, that's
So I've had a great day.
What's your response like? Like, if you are advising people who are listening right now, if they see you in the wild, what should they do? Do you not want them to come up to you? That's what
Pepper spray. That's what I would advise. Don't approach people that you don't know. Don't talk to strangers. And if you see me in the wild, fucking pepper spray straight to the eyes. Kick me in the balls, run away.
So you're advising that they pepper spray you?
Yeah. Stranger danger. You don't know what I'm up to.